Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Lekwa Gibro, and today I want to show you something. I'm going to take you on a journey through the past, the present, and the future of the internet. A journey from Web 2 to Web 4. So, Web 4 is the next great transformation of the digital world, and I'll be talking about how Web 4 is going to look like, and what actually led to the Web 4, and what are the limitations of Web 2 and Web 3. I won't be talking about Web 1. So first of all, let's talk about decentralized internet. To understand the future, you must understand that you must understand the foundation of everything. For many years, the world lived inside Web 2. The Web 2 is more of like a read and write version of the internet, whereby it, you can write and then you can post. So examples of companies that 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 we had in the Web 2 era was Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and cloud computing companies. Centralized applications. Web 2 Web 2 was more of like a time where the economy of the internet was centered around developers, project managers, not necessarily content creators. And the Web 2 economy featured organizations and institutions getting into the market. It did not feature individuals having access into the market, which is the obvious truth. So one thing I want you to understand about Web 2, because I'll be critically breaking it down. Web 2 Web 2 actually Web2 actually had an economy. Every stage of the internet and its development had an economy. Web 1 had an economy, mostly an economy of bloggers. Web 2 had an economy of institutions and companies and services entering the internet. So Web 2 was more of an economy of the internet that was centered around programmers being able to create applications and websites, and designers being able to design websites, and project managers being able to manage projects. It was not necessarily centered around critical thinkers, analysts, and some other people. It was based on a certain qualification, because institutions were institutions were looking for professionals that would help them push their company as a brand. Now, companies were the brand. So Web 2 was very limited because it didn't allow individuals to rise in the internet. Individuals could not rise in the internet, and there were signs of the next era of the internet evolution, which was some of these signs were YouTube, which was showing us that the individual being the internet system it's himself would be the next step of evolution for the internet. So understand that the internet, the the Web2 economy was very limited, and people could not get certain jobs, people could not get certain heights, because for you to get those heights you need a certain level of standard. It was not an internet that featured anybody rising from anywhere. So I'm going to explain the Web3 economy. Now, fast forward down after some years after the reign of the Web2 companies, Facebook and the rest, and other centralized institutions that played the major part in developing the internet, and the rise of content creators and social media. Web3 Web3 brought about the individual internet, Web3 brought about the individual internet whereby people could now control what they were doing on the internet. People could control their data, people could control their assets. So Web3 brought about this control of individuals over digital assets, which was a breaking point actually, because now people could now buy and sell on the internet without any bank, government, or institution controlling the internet. So Web3, as we saw the phase blockchain technology, there was an economy built around the blockchain technology. The economy built around the blockchain technology involves a lot of things like community managers, marketers, programmers, and um, key opinion leaders, and everything that concerns Web3 content creators. Now, one thing about Web3 was that Web3 made us understand that anybody from anywhere can create content, monetize his content, and make money by being a part of the blockchain ecosystem. Web3 made us understand that anybody could develop anything on the ecosystem without being able to have certain qualifications. Web3 is the internet that does not need anybody to have any qualification to achieve anything. So this is what you need to understand about Web3, how the internet evolved and where we are going to. So we are going to a place where Web4 is going to be an economy of an individual, whereby every individual becomes the internet economy. Now, every individual becomes the internet himself. Now, it's going to be every individual is going to be like more of a nation where where blockchains and Web2 services will now be creating infrastructure that will help everybody become more of like a nation. So everybody will have the control over their data control, which is the next step of evolution for the internet, where everybody has control over their assets, their data especially, because the fact that people are controlling data, it doesn't give the internet enough room to evolve into where it's supposed to evolve to. So Web4 is going to feature the individual as the internet economy, not an institution as internet economy. No, rather the individual as the internet economy. So, and there's something I want to say. The content creators are going to rule the next wave of the internet, because we're getting to a point where making money on the internet is not going to be just about your skill or expertise. You can come online and just say hi and you make money. So the internet is going to evolve to a point where content creators will will be able to make money just by appearing. So everybody will become a content creator. So you see, the internet is slowly becoming about the individual and less about the systems and structures in place. Now, this is where systems and structures in place will have any form or any kind of advantage, whereby they understand that the internet is now being formed around the individual, not necessarily around their systems and structures currently. So I think I'm going to explain more in the next video. Thank you guys, thank you for listening to this video, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. My name is Lekwa Gabriel and I'm from the future. I'm a critical thinker, and please watch out for my next video. Thank you.